Okay, I wanted to make this video about the Fantik S100 Apex. I got this from Costco for $40, and before I even get into the video, I just want to say that for $40, this thing is a steal. Feels very good quality. Doesn't like feel cheap whatsoever. And yeah, I've used it for probably like 3 to 4, maybe a little bit longer months. No scratches, because there's like one video that made it seem like this thing was a scratch, like attracted, or like I don't know what that means, but whatever. I'm trying to say like attracted to getting scratches, something like a bug love, or I don't know. You guys might get what I'm trying to say, but it doesn't matter. You just gotta take care of your stuff. You can't just like put it on the road and charge it, and obviously it's gonna vibrate because it's pumping in air, so it's gonna move like that and scratch stuff up. But I just use, like, you can put on these. It's like a cheap little foam pad. I didn't even buy these. It just came with like a box. Actually, this one right there, the air fryer box. So again, I just put that to use instead of tossing it. Just a nice place to put it on instead of like the harder ground. Or you can also just put on the cover that they give you, by the way. But yeah, $40, it's a great deal. Maximum range is 150 PSI, so it could kind of cover most of your needs. Charges pretty fast. I haven't really let it get to like 1 bar. I think I got the lowest. Actually, no, I did get it to 1 bar. But it charges pretty fast. As long as you're like responsible, just charge it ahead of time. It takes like probably like, I don't even know exactly, probably like an hour or two, because it's USB-C, so it's pretty quick. Has a flashlight, SOS mode, but all these other videos talked about all that. I'm not trying to make this into a unboxing video, so if you want to see all that, I've already gotten too much into the boring stuff. But yeah, these are all the modes. Again, it goes up to 150 PSI. But yeah, I'm gonna turn it off, and then let's see. So I mainly use it for lighter duty purposes. And what I mean by that is if I'm topping up my car air tires, do this, and also my mom's car, so I get 2 uses out of it. But the main reason I bought it was just for my motorcycle, in specific the motorcycle tires, because I wanted to keep those in spec, because that's just like one of the most important things. Tires in general are important, even for cars, but on motorcycles, I just feel like they're this much more important. So I got it for that, because I want to be able to keep them to spec, to the dot, and I feel like that helps me do that, and a lot easier than having to go to the gas station. But while we're on that topic of motorcycles, the one thing that I don't like about this is that the motorcycle, where's my stem? Right there. As you can see, it's, let me move it up. As you can see, it's a very weird angle. And if it had like the angled mount or whatever, it would obviously fit a lot better. And another thing is, if my tires are over inflated, like if this is supposed to be 28 and it's 29, this doesn't allow you to like take out PSI. But again, that's not that big of a deal. You can just use I just use a nail, not in the tire, but like the valve stem or whatever to release air. And then you can use that to fill it up. So like from 29, you can take it down to like 26 or 27, and then use it to fill it back up. But again, not big of a deal, but I just thought I'd mention that. Like, it's not perfect. But there's also some accessories you could buy that helps solve those problems. But that's a come with it, is what I'm trying to say. Another thing to mention is it's loud. Like, it is loud. Let me show you guys real quick. And it claims it's under 80 decibels, but I think that depends on the scenarios. Like if you're using it in a closed garage, it's obviously gonna be louder. Like, that is loud. But again, like, you know what you're getting into. Like, all air stuff is pretty loud, I think. But I just use like cheap orange earplugs and the Harbor Freight, the ones I made a video on, the $8 ear muffs. I just use both of those as a combo, and it brings down the noise level a lot more. So yeah, I mean, again, you don't need all that stuff, but I'm trying to get into the goods, the pros and the cons of this. And next thing I want to talk about, there was something else. I think it was about the scratches and then that. Yeah. So just take care of your stuff. It's fine. And it is loud. It's kind of hard to do. Like for car tires, it's fine to plug in stuff, but for bike tires, it's a little bit trickier. Like it still works, obviously, but it's just a little bit weirder in terms of like angling and stuff. But battery life is pretty good. But that also depends on what you're using it for. Like if somehow you're using it to fill up like 2 or 3 tires from like a very low PSI, like 0 to 4 or something like that, or like under 10, let's say, under 10 PSI, and you're getting it all the way up to like 30 or 40, it's gonna drain up a lot, obviously. Like, but it's not terribly that much. I think, because I filled up my neighbor's tire once from 4 to 32, and I think it took about like a little bit over 1/4 of the battery life. So again, that's not horrible. And for emergency situations, it weighs like 2 pounds. So for your car, it's nothing. Just put it in the back seat or the trunk, and you're gonna have it in case of an emergency. But my main purpose for it is, like I said, for topping up tires. I do this like once or twice a week. Like once every 2 weeks or once a week, depending on the season as well. Like right now, it's gotten a little bit colder, but it's kind of sad because even though it's October, it's pretty hot right now. But as the temperatures start to drop, you want to check your tires, and also as they start to rise, because that could fluctuate the PSI of the tires. So I use that to kind of top up the tires and everything, the PSI, all 4 tires, all 4, and then all 2 on here. So a lot of use for it. And because you want to check your tires when they're cold. It's like my car right now has been sitting here for like a little over, let's say like 20 hours, I think I would say, or like around around 20 hours. So this would be a good time to check them, because it's come down because when you drive it, they increase in PSI because of the friction and the heat as you're driving, and they come in contact with the road, which is normal. But you don't want to check it right after, because then it's going to be like, for this is 32, but as I drive, it goes up to like 35 to 36. So if I check right after I drive and I'm like, oh my God, it's 35, and I let down 4 PSI, that's not the proper way to do it, because then as it cools down even more, it's going to go down a little bit more, I believe. So you want to check it when it's cold. So like right now, if I check it, it's going to be 32 PSI, and that's when you want to check it. Yeah, so just be careful when you use it. Just put it with the bag. Like, it's not that hard. Like, people just make things so complicated for no reason. Like, for 40 bucks, like, why are you complaining about that, like, scratches and stuff? Like, that's kind of user error, in my opinion. Like, take care of your shit, and it's not gonna break. But I'm not defending, like, companies that make bad products. This is, in my opinion, a pretty good product. Pretty great product, to be honest, for the price and the value it provides. Because, yeah, you can take it to gas stations, but, again, you have to drive there, and I mean, you can do it on the way back from somewhere and make it more efficient, but if you're going out specifically for that, it's obviously, you gotta factor in gas, the extra mileage it might add, and also you're not gonna get a proper exact reading because you're still driving there, so it's gonna increase the heat. But yeah, it's also safer just doing it in your garage, a more controlled environment. So yeah, and it's also something you can carry in case of an emergency, because you can just store in the trunk or my back seat, which I do. Also, I'm gonna make a separate video on this, the Noco GB something tender battery jump starter. You should also have one of these for your car. I filmed that already. I just got those as smart plugs, and I'm gonna film a video on this because I talked about it in the Mustang battery tender video, but I didn't make a video specifically about this. And I also want to kind of compare it to this and what like the amps and everything mean. So yeah. But anyways, back to the Fantik Air. That's kind of like the main stuff I want to talk about. So it depends on your use, and if you're using it to fill up like semi-truck tires, which I obviously have 0 experience with, but I assume they take up more PSI. So the range on this is 150, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be able to fill up like all 8 of your tires in one charge. But again, it charges pretty quick, and it's still a nice thing to have in my opinion. And there's a lot of specs on the back of the box, which I'll include a picture of somewhere. But again, I want to talk about this as more of a real world practical use and not just reading stuff that you guys can find online. So stuff like in my experience. And again, the battery life is really good when you're just using it to top stuff off. Like if I'm just using it like every couple months, I mean every like once a week or like once every 2 weeks or stuff like that, like honestly it probably lasts like what, like 2 months. And even then it's not gonna like go to zero. I just mean like that's when you kind of want to charge it. Obviously you don't want to keep it at like 1 bar, but it charges pretty quick. So yeah, so the main cons is the shape of it is kind of weird for motorcycle stuff. Again, it works because it's kind of flexible, but I just feel kind of weird flexing it, I guess, because I don't want to bend it. I want to kind of keep it straight. Comes with a bag, which is pretty cool, 40 bucks. But yeah, the cons is it's loud, but I guess that's to be expected. Doesn't fit that well with motorcycle tires. What was the other one? There was something else. Doesn't fit well with motorcycle tires. Yeah, and it can't release air. Yeah, those are the kind of main stuff. But again, those are all not really that crazy stuff, other than not fitting with the tires. I wish it kind of came with like a small little adapter. But it also comes with stuff to like pump up like bicycle tires. I mean, not bicycle, I mean like basketballs or like stuff like that. You want to be careful with that because they don't take as much PSI as like something like this, and this can fill it up kind of like weird. I mean, like it's kind of quick. So honestly, if you're just using it for basketballs and stuff, I would just stick with like a regular hand pump. But who is this for, in my opinion? I would say if you're somebody who uses it to top tires up and to check them, the proper PSI, I would say that is who it's for, especially if you have a motorcycle. You can also buy like a adapter kit to make it easier for like putting it in and stuff. But again, it's not that big of a deal. And for the price, I would say it's a great deal. If you're gonna buy it from Costco for $40. Yeah, that was pretty much it. If I forgot anything, I will add it below because I made a huge comment about it on someone else's video, so I'll probably just include that in my video too. So make sure to read the comment below. And yeah, also leave anything else you guys might have that I should make videos about. But yeah, who is this for? It's for if you're using it to check up your tires, and if you're using it kind of to like make sure everything is good, and like you're checking stuff. That's what I would say it's for. Sorry, I was trying to look at my tires because I just did an oil change, and it's like one of those paranoid things where I think something looks off, but it's probably not. But anyways, yeah, it's for people if you have a motorcycle and you want to check the pressure and also inflate it. It's really convenient. It's convenient, it's portable, it's loud. Yeah, so in that sense, I would also keep it as that. And it's also something to have if you're ever in like an emergency and you need to fill up something on the road, or you need to help somebody else fill up something on the go. It's really convenient. Yeah, I mean, I haven't had any other stuff like this, so I don't really know what to compare it to other than like gas stations. But yeah, a lot of gas station pumps these days too are like unreliable and broken, because if they're free, people are gonna mess them up. So people don't really even end up like respecting them, and they end up breaking. So if you go to a gas station and it's broken, or it's kind of like reading you the wrong stuff, it's kind of untrustworthy and kind of like an unnecessary risk, in my opinion. And if you go to pay for air in like 10 to 12 occurrences or something like that, because I think on average it's gonna be like $1 to $2. So on 20 trips, you're gonna end up saving the money from buying this. And if you use it on multiple vehicles, it's obviously gonna provide way more value. So yeah, that was the quick little video that I wanted to make on the Fantik S100 Apex. I'm not sponsored or anything by any of these products. I'm just a guy who likes buying cool stuff and useful stuff, and has a Costco membership. So yeah, it's actually funny because all of these are from Costco except the gas can and the micro battery tender, which is kind of funny. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.